Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are having an awesome time. You can probably hear by the sound of my voice that I'm not doing very well. So I recently got tested actually today, like a few minutes ago. Now I just wanted to share my experience. Now for anybody that is used to my usual content, I do apologize. The moment I get out of home isolation or home quarantine, I'll get back to making those kind of videos. But for this video, I just want to talk about my experience having the vid and how myself and my family has been coping over the last few days. So how did we get to this point? So basically, about 5 days ago, my wife was displaying a lot of the COVID symptoms, and we decided to do a rapid antigen test at home. So after doing the home antigen test that was positive, we ended up going to a health center and we did the PCR test for her. Now the PCR test takes a few days to get the results. So she ended up quarantining herself in the room. Now, at the time, myself and my two daughters, one is 4 years old, one is 1 year old, we didn't display as crazy symptoms. We had cough and like a bit of a runny nose, a little bit of flu symptoms, but it wasn't anything crazy, so we didn't think anything of it. Yeah, that was about 5 days ago. She started quarantining herself. And then 2 days later, she got the positive test from the PCR, and at this point my symptoms progressed. My daughter, who is 4 years old, her symptoms progressed. My youngest didn't have so many symptoms, so I ended up taking them to the health center again, but this time we did a quick rapid antigen test, and the results of the test, basically I was negative. My daughter, who's 1 year old, was negative. However, my 4 year old daughter, who was also displaying symptoms, was this time positive. Yeah, so she basically ended up quarantining with her mom because both of them were now positive, and me and my youngest was still negative basically. So obviously at the health center, the nurse told us that it's still possible that I'm positive because I have the symptoms. I have the fever, I have the sore throat, I have a runny nose, I have the extreme cough. All of that is obviously symptoms of COVID. It's just possible that at that point the test was non-reactive. So what happened was I did a home antigen test today. I expected I was going to be positive based on how I'm feeling because, as I've mentioned, my temperature's been going up and down like 2 to 3 times a day. I would basically have a high fever, and then I'll take paracetamol. I'll feel a little bit better for a few hours, and my fever would come back. So definitely a sign of the vid, as they say. I was pretty sure I had it, but I was still being obviously cautious. So I was wearing a mask around my daughter just in case I have it, and so I don't give it to her. So I was like wearing a mask and sanitizing all the time. But the most shocking and disappointing thing is that we actually got it. Me and my wife, we are super anal when it comes to our hygiene, especially with regards to COVID. For example, when we come home, nobody does anything at home. We remove our clothes, we take it to the wash. That's how anal we are. We come home with groceries, for example. Every single item that we purchase, we sanitize it. You can probably see my hands here. You can see the damage here because of the sanitizing, and that's not because of the last few days. That is just in general the way I am anal in regards to sanitizing. I would sanitize after I sanitize. That's how anal I am. But unfortunately, we got it. And for any of my viewers, like, it's obviously important to follow your precautions and be more anal about it. However, don't be subject to the fear mongering that's going on. As I mentioned, I'm feeling really terrible, like with what's happening, but it's something I can manage, right? I'm not in a hospital, and unfortunately, some people do end up in a hospital. Like, we are not in that state. It's uncomfortable, yes, having a fluctuating temperature, having a really sore throat when you cough, having a constant runny nose, having aches also. Those things are annoying, right? But it's something that we can manage. So yeah, I will just show you quickly my results. I hope it's going to work. So this is the home rapid antigen test. So basically, when both of these lines are visible, then it means that you're tested positive. This test comes in this packaging basically, and here you can see if you have both lines, whether it's a faint line or two very visible or thick lines, you're positive. Negative if C is the only line that you can see, and it's invalid if T is the only line you can see. And I am going to do a rapid antigen test for my 1 year old now, so if I can, I will try to record it for you guys as well. So I've already done the swab bit for my daughter, and so this bit you have to put basically back into the thing, and then you put this bit on top. Yeah. Now Now I have to take this out from here. Guys, apologies for the noise. This is my 4-year-old now that's joining general population, so she's excited to be out of solitary confinement. Yeah, so you open that. So I'm gonna put this flat because you have to basically put 4 drops on there. So let's just turn the camera around. So that's my family in the background trying to whisper and trying not to make a noise because I'm recording. But I don't think I'll be able to remove that in post. So you guys will probably hear that as well. Now I'm seeing a faint line on the C. So I am using a different test from a different company, but I believe in theory it should work exactly the same. So yeah, so the test that I'm using is this one for my youngest. So definitely positive based on the result of this home rapid antigen test. Guys, thank you so much for watching the video. If you want to see what my normal content is like, please click the link on the screen and I will see you guys in the next video.